Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now we're going to get our popcorn and then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car and I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this? Now you cannot go
baby,
again.
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for showing up. This has been a trying day. It's Friday the 13th. If you don't know, you can go to McDonald's, get some fries for 13 cents. You can go to Krispy Kreme and get some donuts, buy the first dozen, and then the next dozen is 13 cents. So they're celebrating Friday the 13th. But it's a trying day for me. I have a massive headache, and I don't know if I'm going to go to the doctor, the hospital, or whatever. But, I mean, it's been going and going and going. And, but I don't, I thought I had a fever, but I don't have a fever. But my blood pressure's high, so, you guys keep me in your prayers. I might just get off of this live and go, since my doctor wants me to show up, but I don't know. We'll see what happens if my headache goes away. Matter of fact, I am going to take me a Tylenol right now. I haven't taken one in a while. Hold on. I have a doctor's appointment Monday, so I'm gonna try to hold out until Monday. If this headache don't go away, I got to go. You know you got a headache when you take these two big old ibuprofen horse pills, and I mean it's not the little bitty, it's the big, ibuprofen, and they huge, and you take them both at the same time, and they both go down your throat at the same time, you know you in some pain. Anyway, you guys, so I'm gonna keep my pressure down and everything, I'm drinking plenty of water, and I'm relaxing, so don't worry about me. I'm gonna be good. It's just this headache. But I mean, right now, I don't feel the headache, but I just checked my blood pressure and it is still high. So, wow, that's crazy. I feel a little bit of a headache, but it's not as bad. But yeah, I might just get up and go. I might call my husband and say, hey, I am going to the hospital no matter what. No matter what. I don't want to do it, but shoot. Sometimes, like I said, anyway, I'm a nurse, and I know that, we are very hard-headed, but I don't believe I can probably wait until Monday. I might just have to go in. Even if I go in tomorrow, I might just have to go, but I don't want to be there all day. Anyway, you guys, share the live, and make sure you like. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with Young Thug. So yesterday, I was in the live, and if you want to watch the Young Thug trial, you can learn so much on that trial, you guys. I kid you not. You can learn so much. I have learned a lot, and actually, man, I've got some homework I need to get done. So, and it got to be done today. So, I don't think I'm going to go today. I got to get that homework done, or I'm going to get a bad grade. I might need to work on that real quick, and maybe when Papa come home, he'll say, no, let's just go to the hospital. Hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you guys for showing up. Nancy LaRose came in here. Hello. She was in here waiting. Thank you. Freddie Johnson's in the building. Danielle is in the building. And we have Tina Powers in the building. Now, thank you, Tina. She said, you can do it. Yeah. I'm going to have to get that homework done real quick. I mean, and I got work to do tonight. And then I got work to do Saturday and Sunday. And I don't know if I really want to deal with those characters Saturday and Sunday. So I'm pretty sure I'll probably just go on in to immediate care. I'm going to call them and tell them I need to go. Because I don't know if I can wait until Monday. But, I mean, it's okay. Anyway, what's going on with the Young Thug? You guys, it's so much going on. Something I forgot to tell y'all about Thursday. So Thursday, Thursday they had a non-jury court date. So everybody showed up. The jurors wasn't there. They had moved everybody around. And I'm like, what's going on? Well, I did not know, but you guys know Little Rod. He's the youngest person there. He's already got a life sentence for killing someone, allegedly. But anywho's, just a little bit of history about Little Rod. And I did not know this. Like, sometimes when you just sit in and while they're doing their chitter and chatter, it's kind of good to kind of get some of that information. But what had happened was, I guess they lured some 15-year-old kid by, setting up some girls to for him to meet. And they shot him in the face. I don't know what the beef was when, the kid was 15. And, Little Rod, he doesn't look older than 20. So I don't know how long he's been in there, but he must have been in there for a while. And this must have happened when Little Rod was about 15. But I mean, this kid looks like so innocent. He actually looks like a little bitty mouse. And I mean, mouse can be scary, because they run all over the place. They doing stuff they got no business doing in the places they got no place to be, not paying rent, eating up food that they ain't went and brought home or whatever. And so, I mean, that's what little Rod looks to me. He looks like a little, but he doesn't look like a scary mouse. He just looks like like a frightened mouse. He's just in the courtroom. But anyway, why we're talking about little Rod? Because his attorney does not say anything. Well, he had a different attorney in there, and maybe she was just sitting in. But that attorney, she was a Caucasian woman. They set him up front, and she seemed like she would go all in. Now, the young African woman that he's been having sitting next to him, she's kind of a little plump. She got her hair in braids, beautiful, beautiful braids, beautiful hair, beautiful complexion. Just just a little bit overweight. She just doesn't say anything in court. She just sits there. She sits there, and I guess she got in trouble for bringing some, eating some food or whatever. And I heard the judge say, but they never put the camera on who she was talking to. But she was like, put that food back in your briefcase. There's no eating in here. Do. And everybody know that Miss Paige Whitaker, one of her rules was you will not be eating in the courtroom. No earbuds, listening to music. I mean, she came in and she put it down. And that's when she first came in about a month ago. I think she came in like at the beginning of August. Anywho, yeah, it was the beginning of August. But anywho, they talked a little bit about Little Rod and his conviction, which he's on appeal. They're trying, I guess he's got an appeal. And he might, anytime that you are able to have an appeal, that means there's more evidence that could show that he's not guilty, or maybe he won't get a full life sentence, but he's on an appeal. And so to have an appeal, you got to have some kind of evidence or something was done wrong in your case to have an appeal. So shout out to maybe he'll get out, but he just looks so homey. It's just unbelievable how there's no life in this kid that you look at, and he's sitting there every day and he doesn't say anything. But anyway, while we're talking about Little Rod, I'm going to tell you guys there was something going on we did not know, because they had Young Thug sitting right center front, right in front of the attorney, the judge, and they had Little Rod sitting to the right up front, where they usually sit on the second row. Well, I found out that somebody got caught with some contraband. And then they said, allegedly, it was supposed to be Little Rod. I don't know. I wasn't there, but that's the word. It was Little Rod got caught with some contraband. Now, contraband don't have to be drugs. It don't have to be, a cell phone. It can actually be food. Is whatever contraband they call contraband is whatever the prisoner or the convicted person or the defended person that is in the state's custody have, that has no permission to have. It could be a rubber band that they have not told him he can have. It could be a ring. It could be anything. So it could, and the word is that because I'm like, well, who brought something to one of the people? Because I was like, please, Young Thug, please not let it be you. I mean, I'm rooting for these cats because there's a lot of shiesty stuff been going on, and I am a firm believer of the civil rights. Okay? The civil rights. I'm a firm believer. So, anywho's, yeah. So, anywho's, when a person's civil rights is violated, I just like on the Cody and Corey Bigsby case, when his civil rights was violated, I didn't sit there and be like, yeah, but you did this and you did that. No, his civil rights was violated, and that's a no-no, because once those civil rights get violated and everybody think just because you don't like this person or whatever that it should be okay. No, we're in the United States. It is never okay to violate somebody's rights. You cannot come search my car because you just want to. You cannot whatever. Anyway, you guys, I got a little something I want to share with you guys about the Tyre Nichols case also. So stay around. This is not going to be a long live. We're just chatting right now. So, anywho's on Little Rod, it was they allegedly say a family member brought him in something. Hey Zena, hey Sanja Watts, how you guys doing? So you know, I don't know. She said, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that the Corey case, great minds think alike. Exactly. So we don't want, because when they start sharing a lot of this evidence, it is horrible. Now, keep in mind that they were, I guess they were just going to just not have a court date. It was just going to be a juror day. But for some reason today, they had another no juror day again. I mean, they had one juror yesterday, and it was one of the ladies that was shot in the drive-by. She was actually in her home, and she got shot. She said she went to go check on the baby. She picked up the baby bottle, and she got shot in her butt. And she was scared to come to trial. She said she was scared. She was nervous. She was a dark complected, chocolate, African American, older woman. And she was sitting there. She said she was scared, I guess she didn't want to look at those people. But she said as soon as she got shot, this is the funny part, because I got something to share with you guys. Soon as she got shot in the butt, she said she knew she was shot. She was in excruciating pain, and she looked down the hall, and the police was already at her house. The police was already there. Okay? I'm sitting there going, what? How can somebody shoot you? And do we know, was the shot from just a regular gun, or was it from a police gun? I don't know, but the police was already there. And that triggers something in my mind. I'm like, man, the police ain't never showed up at my house that fast. I called the police. It could be just me and the neighbor getting into it. I'm like, me and the neighbor's getting into it, and she's threatening me, and I'm scared for my life. And this is my address, blue. Okay, thank you. And I won't see them for maybe an hour or two. I've never heard where a person gets shot and the police is in the house. Soon as she turns around, the police is in the house. Anyway, that's what she said. That's what she said on the witness stand. And so that happened. I didn't keep notes because, like I told you guys, I've got this excruciating headache going on. But I wanted to share some of the highlights with you guys. So I ran into this one guy, and I think I'm going to give him a call. And he was a guy, he's an older cat. He's probably about our age, He's up in the 50s or the 60s, maybe 60s, 70s. He might be 60-something. But he's got a YouTube channel. He's a very fluent, got a huge 106,000 followers. So he's been on there for a long time. And he's original. He's an OG. And he used to be in the streets. Well, he got hit with a RICO trial in conviction. I don't know. I think it was like he said it was back in 1993. And he fought that for 26 years. So if he fought that for 26 years, I mean, like, I'm thinking 26 from 1993. So he's just been out maybe 6 or 7 years. But he finally beat the case. And so he's been looking at this case and he spoke on it. And that's something I tell you guys all the time. Some people, they just put out stuff. They just put out information. They just go on lay person's term. They hear what somebody else say and they say, yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you ever speak to somebody that going through it, went through it, or looking at it right now, that's where you're going to get a lot of good advice, information, and things to, to be looking at what can happen. So he spoke on it, and I mean, I've listened to other people, and they just sitting back in their chair, never been in prison, never been in jail or whatever, and they woo 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 woo. And I just don't think they know what they talking about. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. If I was gonna build a house, I'm not gonna go to somebody who's never built a house or never owned a house. I'm not saying they can't tell me something, but if I want, a little bit more clear information and details of what I'm looking at and what I'm going to go through, I'm going to go to somebody that has had a house built or builds houses or own homes or know the thing. I'm not going to go to a homeless person and say, hey, what should I do? I want to build a house. They're going to say, build it, and not give me the details of how much money, how long it's going to take. How the big paperwork that's like you're filling out and you're signing your life away and all the things you got to do and the down payment money and what actual money and who's loaning you the money and how your payments are going to be split up and who's going to be the insurance and is it going to be added in and how many years you going to do all of this. I mean, it is like the biggest purchase you would probably ever do in your life. As buying a home, building a home, or whatever. I've been there, done that. It was exciting, and no, I don't ever want to do that again. But it was worth it. It was worth it, because I can't see right now if I had to pay the prices for rent right now, I couldn't do it. I couldn't survive. I probably could now that my kids are out the house and it's just me and Papa. But keep in mind, 30 years ago, I thought to myself, if I'm going to pay rent, why don't I just try to buy, put some money down, and pay it towards something that sooner or later may become mine? That is the smartest thing that you can possibly do in your life, because it's never going to be completely yours. You're always going to have to pay taxes. But I don't want somebody telling me I got to move and you can't have too many cars and cut the grass and don't paint your house this way and you can't have this company and you can't have a dog and you and you're paying all this money. No, if I'm going to pay $600, $700, $800, and people say that's not a lot of money. Well, back then, 30 years ago, that was a lot of money. But if I was going to pay that kind of money out every month, I might as well pay it on something, stay there for a while. I don't know how long I'm going to stay. But then I just thought, if I don't stay there long, it can be investment. And the good thing about that is I can always sell the house. Houses sell all the time. Whether you get 100% back or you get 80%, 70%, 50%, you're still doing good. Because just think about it. If I bought a home and I paid $600 a month for it for 15 years, that added up. Okay, let's do a little bit of math right here. Let me bring in this because right now my head is pounding, so I'm not going to try to do it by it. Okay, so $600 times 15 times 12. That's $108,000 I just gave somebody. I just gave it to them. $108,000. 600 times 15 years times 12 months is $108,000. That's what people do. And then they be like, oh, it ain't no big deal. But here's the thing. Now, what if I bought a home? Now, I know a lot of that goes back into your, principal. And you've got your principal, and then you got your other thing. What is it? Your E. It starts with an E. I can't think. I don't want to rack my brain right now. Somebody might know in the chat. One of them homeowners is gonna know what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm trying to think of it still. Principal or your anyway, nevertheless, I'm not gonna rack my brain. That's $108,000. Think about this, you guys. That could have been towards your home, because in 30 years, double that, you've given them $216,000. $216,000 if you lived in that same place. Now, even if you didn't live in that same place and you jumped around and you went over here, you went over there, you went over there, that's $216,000 you just gave out. Now, think about this. To a homeowner, $216,000 I done paid for the house. Now, 30 years done went by. Now, only thing I got to do is pay equity. Thank you, Zena. I knew it was an E. I'm sitting there thinking my head is trying to pound a little bit. That's what I was trying to talk about. And I just didn't want to rack my brain right now. Thank you, Zena. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm giving you some free information, free advice. All you got to do, I'm always going to share with you just the insight. And some people be like, well, it's too late. It's never too late. Because once you get somewhere, you can, if you don't, you can leave it to your kids. As long as they continue to pay it, you can leave it to your kids. And then there's some kind of stuff where if you get the right insurance with the duck and everything, you're saying ASFLAC and all this other stuff. You get the right insurance, you can have you can have a subsidy in there that pays off your credit cards and stuff like that. But keep in mind, you gotta search for those things. They're just not just willy-nilly trying to do that. But put your kids down as your beneficiary, so that way, whether you get married or whatever, when you have a beneficiary, it doesn't matter if you're married or not. It goes to who you said it goes to. Hello? So if you're worried about somebody coming in, taking all that you got or what little bit that you had or whatever, or taking it from your kids, you don't have to worry about that. They go by the beneficiary. Now, it might be in I don't know why I call it promo, but it's whatever, when you're fighting for everything. But nevertheless, the person that's on that beneficiary is almost like a will. It is very active, and it's like the grail. It's the holy grail. You can't get away from it. That's what your last wishes was, for it to be to your kids. Now, if you got married and you didn't tell your spouse, and then y'all buy a home together, that's different. Probate. Zena's all in here. Is cheaper to own your house than paying somebody? Yes, it's very cheap. Because, like, Now I see more of the forest than I see just trees. So, like when 30 years is up, or just say 15, just go with the 15 and $108,000. Check it out. If you say, you know what, I don't want to live here no more, I'm sick and tired of it, you don't just jump up and just move. And no, that's your house. That's your responsibility. No, what you do is you go, okay, you know what? I'm going to put my house up for sale. And you can have quick sales. Somebody's always there to go, I'll take that home. I may not give you 108. Or your house is worth $2,000. $200,000. Well, I'll buy your house right now for 168,000. You know what? So you can take the rest of what you owe, pay it towards that, and keep that big lump sum. That's how that works. You know what I'm saying? And you know how, like, when you get older, just like, you know, I've thought about this a couple of times. I'm like, okay, my house is paid for. Well, it will be this year. I think it's this year. If it's not this year, it's next year. If it's not next year, it's the next year. But I'm not worried about it. I'm not going nowhere. It's small enough that me and Papa could stay here. But I do sometimes feel like I want to live in a smaller, you know, something smaller, something more newer, modern, you know, just tradition. Just something easy to keep clean and everything. But, you know, I got a dog, and that's really the only reason why I'm going to probably stay in this house now, because of that. But nevertheless, you guys, check this out. If I say right now, okay, I want to sell my house, that's what I would do. I would sell it, and I would go rent me an apartment and keep all of that extra $70,000-$80,000, because I can live on that but I'll just be still paying rent somewhere. So regardless where you live, if you're not on it, you're going to pay rent. You're going to pay somebody else's for their stuff, and sooner or later they're going to be owning. Like, you know, you have 2 or 3 homes. Some people have 2 or 3 homes. I have 2 or 3 homes. I've had up to 5 to 6. I sold them, got big lump sum of money, you know. Boom. You know, I wasn't trying to do that. Some was left to me. You know, my grandmother, my mother, my husband, you know what I'm saying? And then another home that I had purchased. So I've sold 4 homes. I've had all these homes at one time. And yeah, we got rid of them. But anyway, because, you know, family members need money, need help. I had a brother had cancer, didn't have insurance. His medication was high. We had to get the money together. So, you know, material things pass away. So don't think I'm rich or anything. Like I said, you know, if my brothers need help or whatever going on, if it's something that we can do, you know, we take assets like that and we just get rid of them. And that brother right now is doing well. Matter of fact, he done purchased him about 4 or 5 homes. So he's got 2 stores. So yeah, man, I mean, and then he tells me all the time, sis, if you need anything, let me know. Just let me know, because I got it. And I'd be like, no, bro, I'm good. But if you need anything, let me know. Sometimes I would be wanting to go, yeah, give me about, you know, $4,000 or $5,000. I'm pretty sure he'll do it, but I've got a couple of brothers. They will do it, and they won't even ask questions. They'd be like, I got your back, because I've had their back. And it's not only because of that, because they know that I probably need it. We're not going to ask for something if we don't need it. Not just being greedy and want some extra money or whatever, or, you know, I'm just trying to. No, if I get behind on something or I get sick or whatever, and boom, we do come together. But other than that, we leave each other alone. Back on the Thug case. So they were in court. Thug was looking nice and decent, you guys. He really was. And I really like seeing him. He looks so much better with a little weight on him. He looks like he just looks good and decent to me with that weight on him. But because before he looked like scrawny, strongy. I don't know if that's a real word, strongy, but like brittle, looked like anorexic, his cheekbones was caked in. He just looked at it wasn't that he was just poor. He just looked at very unhealthy. He looked at drugged out. I mean, I would have never listened to his music because I just wouldn't. And he do got a little bit of music that I probably would have liked. But because the way he looked, I didn't want to listen to it. She said scrawny. Scrawny. Yes. So, anywho's, they were in court and they're looking good. But I wanted to share with you guys that the guy that I was telling you about, I can't remember what his name is, but he said, the guy that we were talking about, let me tell you guys, I'm always all over the place because that's how my mind thinks. And thank God my headache just went away. Thank you, Lord. I was just doing some stuff for a minute there. Anyway, thank you, Lord. Because I was thinking, hey, let me get off of here and let me go to the hospital. Because I'm going to call my papa, call my husband and say, come and get me. We're going to the hospital. But my headache just went away. Whew. And it wasn't bad, but I can feel it like it was rising. And I was like, Lord, if it don't go down, I don't want to go to the emergency care because it's so expensive. But my life is expensive also. I'm not stupid. And people be like, what about the insurance? Well, I don't know if I told you. I try not to say so much about work because that is a blood pressure situation. But I didn't vote in on the insurance this time. I just needed to get my bills caught up. So, I thought I was. When I went to go do it, Papa had me doing other stuff, and then we missed the deadline. So I said, well, we're just going to have to wait a year. So we've been waiting a year. It's getting ready to show back up, and I'm going to do it. But that insurance one time was like $1,000 a month. I was like, they're taking all my money, and I was walking. I didn't have no blood pressure issues then because I was walking in that neighborhood. Y'all see me walking. I was complaining. I was like, they taking $1,000 a month out of my check. It was unbelievable. Papa was happy. He was going to the doctor and smiling. And the sad thing about the whole situation was, if you're taking $1,000 out of my check each month, and we go to the doctor, my doctor bill is still $300, $400, $500, $600. Well, what did my insurance pay? Oh, it don't pay until you pay out 10 grand, then we kick in and then we start paying 80%. I told my husband, I said, honey, this is the worst insurance ever. And the reason how they got that was I thought it was going to be $500 a month. And they was like, they didn't tell me, so they signed me up. And then they was like, and then what make it so bad? The first time when they had my husband on there, they did $500 a month, but it was every 2 weeks. They was like, oh, we take out. They didn't tell me they was taking out every 2 weeks. I thought it was $500 a month. They was like, no, it's $500 every time you get paid. I was like, oh my goodness. Deductible. Yeah, until you reach your deductible or whatever, that's when it kicks in. So I told my husband, we don't go to the hospital enough for that. So why don't we just pay out of pocket? And it's been working because I hadn't been back to the doctor since 2021, you guys. So, and you guys were around the last time I went to the hospital. I was like, well, I guess we can go to the hospital. But anyway, nevertheless, you guys, the guy that had went to prison on a RICO case, he did 26 years, and then he kept appealing it. But he learned the law while he was in there trying to get out. He never gave up. And he finally beat it. And the reason why he said he beated it, and he broke it down and he explained it. And I was sitting in there and he was like, this is the same thing happening. Now, what he said, and I'm going to share with you guys, I may not get it all the way right. And I will go find out what his name so you can hear it for yourself. But he said, look at how many charges they was charged. They was charged with 191 charges on the RICO case. 191 charges. He said in a RICO case, that's what they was indicted on. 191 charges. That's what got the indictment. So, he said on 191 charges, they have to give that to the jurors. And they have to go to each one. And each juror, not all come together and say, do we agree or disagree? Each juror get a list of 191 of those charges. And he said they're going to have, is this true or not? Yes or no? And they have to put yes or no. 191. 191. She said, I like some of Young Thug music. Yeah, I'm starting to like it a little bit too. So once they go through that, you got 12 jurors. They have to have. And so Miss Love was in the court talking about, no, we ain't got to go through all of them. Some of them not even going to be on the thing to go in back of the jurors. And the judge said, yeah, all of them's going to go back in front. She was like, no, not all of them. Yes, you got to have 190. You got 191 charges. The juror's going to have to say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And then it's got to be an unanimous decision to at least two of them. Oh, she said, I did listen to him and he seems to know the law. Okay, Phyllis, so you know who I'm talking about. He knows the law, and what he's saying, I believe it is so. But see, he said that all the charges is going to go to the jurors, and they're either going to have to say yes or no, 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 and all of them, all of them's got to agree. Now, they only all got to agree to two other charges to find guilty in the RICO charge. But look at what I'm saying, though. It can be done, because if you go, okay, so we all agree on number 120 and number 15. We all agree on those. All 12 of us. But you're going to have to whittle it down. And whittle it down, and whittle it down, and whittle it down. So some people is going to be a stand on something. And they're going to be like, no, I just don't believe this, or I don't believe that. And then he also said that Woody, and I'm taking what he's saying because, like Phyllis said, he seems to know the law. And he's been there before. He said that Woody and Muktok, Antoine, Antonio Sledge, the Fed's gonna probably come in and try to get them. Now, I know what the internet and the YouTube and TikTok world is saying about Mr. Woody. I'm gonna share some with you guys. Everybody is like, Woody's a killer, and Woody's a Wody, or Wody is a this and a Wody is a that. It don't take a rocket scientist to harm somebody, especially while you're doing drive-bys, okay? It don't take a rocket scientist. Just a person being mad and wanting vengeance can go out. I mean, even a sane person can go do drive-by. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And like I said, you have to either have your foot in the shoe before to know that if you know, is it more likely to do it, because that is the cowardly way. You don't want to go to prison, you don't want to go to jail. Just go shoot up some stuff. Hopefully you believe that you hit them, or hit something, or whatever. So let me tell you. Now, because Wody got beat up in the club Crucial, remember Shell Kale had hit Woody in the back of the head, and then they was jumping on him, and then they was trying to take his money. Well, they have fights on every Monday. Wody was still going, they said he ran out of the club. I don't think he ran out of the club like Friday next or whatever, running down the street because you took my bicycle. I don't think Wody ran out of the club like he was scared. I think Wody ran out the club to get an equalizer. You got 2, 3, 4 people jumping on you. Shoot, I'm gonna go get you something, cause he's mad. He got some knots on his head. He's got a busted lip. They gon' be able to rank on him and say, yeah, we beat that ninja down or whatever. So Woody didn't run out the club like I'm scared. Woody probably ran out the club to go get something to equal the fight. Nobody didn't jump in and help Wody. I don't know how they got off of him, or maybe somebody helped him. But for him to have an anger towards Shell Kale is one thing. Now, check this out. Now, the other thing is, and I told you guys this Wednesday, Moktok, Antonio Sledge, was angry with Shell Kale too, because Shell Kale is dating his old lady. They dating the same old lady at the same time. Even Moktok, Antonio Sledge, made a video talking about bang bang, I'm not going back and forth. If somebody looking for me, if you ain't my friend, why you looking for me? I got something for you. So Moktok put out that message, and he even said Shell Kale. So look at the two people that got plea deals. Okay? Look at the two people that got plea deals. And not only that, the funny thing about the whole situation, Miss Love is so mad at Antonio Sledge, he's going to jail, you guys. I'm just going to tell you right now. She's going to impeach him, and perjury and impeach. Well, she probably not going to use perjury, because she got to prove that he's lying, like he didn't understand and he didn't know and all this other stuff. But he put a lot of doubt in the juror's mind, because she pressuring him. And the way that she went at him on the stand, he's supposed to be her witness, and he had to tell her to quit yelling at me. Quit yelling at me. I'm not your kid, and you don't intimidate me. I don't care what you do. He did that. He did it. And a lot of people thought he took, like he told. Well, he actually signed the agreement that it was a gang, and the things that he did was to influence and promote the YSL gang. He signed it, put his initials, and so his attorney was on the stand Wednesday, and his attorney said that on number 8, or was it number 3, where it said that the things that they did was to promote and increase the notoriety of the YSL you know. And the sad thing about the whole situation is, it's a lot. It might be a gang, you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat the whole situation. I believe it is a gang. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and play with words. We're grown, okay, and we're not playing that. But it's not illegal to be in a gang. So let's call it as we see it and as the jurors see it. The jurors are not stupid. Everybody's sitting there talking about it. It is a record label also, though. It is a record label also. And it could be a record label plus hyphen gang. You know what I'm saying? It's just the people that he liked the YSL name. He was a part of the gang. So he named his label of his record label YSL, but he's not the founder. He's not the shot caller, and we don't know who the shot caller is. I don't believe the shot caller is even in the neighborhood of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but there is shot callers though. There is shot callers because one of the phone calls that they had, people was trying to identify who Shannon was when Shannon went to jail, and they were gonna get on him, and they was like giving him the green light, and he's like, "No, leave Shannon alone. Y'all embrace that brother." And Shannon couldn't say his code. They got a code that you gotta say when you come in to let them know that you not popo, you not police. And if you don't say the code, and the code is, you shine, me shine, I shine, we all shine, such, I'm down with 1187, such, and woo, 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 little willy, willy, wop. Yeah, like that. That's how it go. I don't know. I'm just saying, I've heard a couple of times when they speaking or whatever, and it's just weird, and it's mighty funny to me, you guys, when you even sit in the trial and listen to how they've got a whole language of their own. And you've got people that's went to college, got degrees, and they're trying to decipher it. They can't decipher it. And then you got new technology. You got the computers and Facebook and Super Chat and Instagram, and you've got Zoom, and they're getting into stuff that, like they got to go talk to kids. How do this work and how do that work? And then they don't even have professional people to explain how Facebook work or Instagram work. Like, how did you get Daddy Scratching from? And they're like, oh, it was public. Well, if it was public, why? And they did a live. Why there's not any hearts or the people commenting? So did you extract that from the phone? They was like, nope, it was public. So trust and believe, they lying. They confiscated these boys' phones, and they went in there and they took out a lot of information off of these boys' phones, you guys. I cannot even make this ain't got nothing to do with what dude said. I'm telling you, that's what happened. Because even if you go private and go live, people do make comments, okay? And then not only that, and they know that they're lying. They're talking about, no, it was made public. Or, no, it was private. And then the judge acting like she ain't got no sense either. The judge is acting like, yeah, if you make private, then maybe one of your followers seen it or whatever, and maybe they could have recorded it or whatever. But right now, if this was a private conversation between you guys and myself, I've got a whole chat right here. Zena just said he probably went for some reinforcement. See what I'm saying? But this is not private. But even if it was private, it works just like the public one worked. You will still have conversation, and sometimes people can throw hearts up there and 100s up there and stuff. and give you gifts and donate money and all this other stuff. It don't matter if it's private or public. So I know that the state lied and was like, no, this was all. We didn't extract this from his phone because it could have been a conversation or it was private between him and just the one guy. You know what I'm saying? Now when Mook Antonio Sledge did his public because he wanted that guy to see his stuff. But if I'm wrong, you guys, just tell me, because we all need to learn as we go. I'm just saying, you guys make me feel so good. You really do. Trust and believe. I wasn't feeling the greatest, but just seeing you guys and knowing that you guys are okay makes me feel good. So, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to see this because you guys, oh my goodness. Oh, I see his name now. Oh, he just uploaded something. Phyllis, he just uploaded something 5 hours ago, so I'm going to check that out. But there is another person that 2 days ago, Moke Toke's ex-girlfriend, and it's his ex-girlfriend. Remember, her name is like, she got her own YouTube channel. She got her own YouTube channel, you guys. Hold on, let's listen to this. Hold on.
Did you know you can
Hold on. Hold on. We don't want that. Hold on, you guys. Let me put you on mute real quick.
uncomfortable as it said in my description, this may not be the type of content for you. But nevertheless, let's get into the content for this video. And yes, they will be using profanity. Now, y'all know Moontoon situation with Shell Kell over this girl has been the center point of a lot of recent conversation when it comes to the YSL case, okay? Including, was it for the gang? Or was it just some back and forth over?
She's just on here for 5 minutes.
Had the hearts of two men. I don't know. But nevertheless, I came across this YouTube video, and I believe, hold on, let me check out the name of the channel. The name of the channel is Flash. It says Moontoon's ex-girlfriend speaks out on Shell Kell YSL situation.
So she went to another channel.
She done fucked all these men in this case. Oh, they say they call a good pussy tree.
Oh, y'all heard that.
Yeah, okay. That just took me out.
Oh my! Did y'all hear that?
Case or two of the men that was in the case. Two. They say Tree Boy got some good pussy because they fight about Tree. They fight about me, y'all. That shit happened 10 years ago. Y'all let that go. They said it in the case, but the people y'all just finding out about this shit. This shit old. This shit 10 years ago. 10 years ago, and we not gonna do this. This ain't about no pussy. Y'all stop y'all shit. First of all, the case just found out about it, but we've been doing about it for you. We've been doing about it for you. That bitch said just trying to get elected, bitch. You just trying to get in the chair. You break up a case that was 7, 8 years. Ooh, not calling on Fanny O'Fani out. So, bitch, you could find another way to get elected, bitch. Ooh. That bitch, you try to use me get elected. Y'all better not even vote for that hoe. Cause she doing too much. Leave them folks alone. Free them folks. Free everybody. Dismiss that shit. Y'all just now finding out about that shit. That's why I be just looking
Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all. She said I have a headache also due to low iron, and because of something they found in a scan. My doctor doesn't want to deal with the iron level now. Oh well, maybe my iron is low. So this is Treva on a live with somebody, and the dude told her that they call her good PUSS, Treva. She got some good stuff. And she said, y'all not finna get elected because of me. This is she said Fanny just wants to get elected, so she doing whatever. She said it ain't got nothing to do with me. But I want to see if she gonna speak on did she date both of these gang members, which one is YSL and the other one is the If gang. Because I'm gonna tell you guys something, and y'all don't even know this. Let me share something with you. Woody is not YSL. Woody is 30 deep. Woody is 30 deep. Now 30 deep can be affiliated with YSL, but Woody is 30 deep. He's not YSL. He's with the they call those boys center not center but Cleveland, the Rock Crew lived on Cleveland, and lived on Cleveland is 30 deep. It's not YSL. So Woody is growing, and everybody noticing Woody, thinking he's really YSL. Yeah, they had him around trying to get him to come out the streets and all this other stuff. And he probably was doing a little dirty stuff, some drive-bys and stuff. But he wasn't risking his life like everybody think. But I feel sorry for Woody, because Woody got himself in a mess. Or Woody. I just don't believe he's a killer. Everybody talking about he's a known killer. He probably ain't got it all, We know that. He ain't got it all, slow. But I wouldn't be threatened to see Woody. But, he's like everybody else. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone, I just don't think he's like that. I mean, I see bad people all the time, and they don't act like what Woody acting like, It's just crazy. Unless this is a new generation thing.
Y'all be talking about why do you niggas like trees? Pop your shit. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't new to me, but I remember when she was fucking with him, but I ain't know about him because they were all. I remember when he came up here and said, I'm not. He came up here and you and D, yeah, that shit. Oh, sip your tea. I heard the name D. What D? Y'all, they understand we move around that 10 years ago. We move around. She said that, but I remember when you and y'all gotta understand that person I was with, like we were messing around as a teenager. He way older than this. He molded me. I moved on with my little life, and I guess this thing I heard what she said. He way older than me.
Whoa, she talking about Mukto.
Let me find out. You wasn't just
Antonio Sledge. She said he way older than me. He an old head.
That's all it was. It wasn't that major. It ain't no problem. I ain't got a problem with neither one of the parties. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But the DA gonna make it seem how they want to make it seem. I plead the fifth. I do nothing. That's all I can say. I know pleading the fifth is crazy. Call. I will say this. The DA trying to make it seem like something, and every part was like, okay, well, what now? This, that, third. Open it up, bud. What you say? No, the DA did try to make it seem like one way, but each part was like, well, what now? But I was fucking with Treva, but this ain't, no. They didn't make it seem like that, though. Of course, they're gonna make it seem like that. But it's cool. We need it to seem like that, so freedom folks. Whatever y'all can do. We ain't done on none of that. Whatever y'all want to do. Whatever y'all feel like y'all got to do to make the next person feel small for the other person, it's cool with me. I don't got no problem. But also good pussy tree, because they say tree pussy must be good.
She got the ops.
Tree got some good pussy. That's what he say. Top and bottom, baby.
That's all she really. But she brought it though. She brought it. She brought it. I might subscribe to her. Let me write her name down. I gotta check her out. She brought it. She went and found that. She went and found that, and that was that. That had to be on a thing. But yeah, she found that. Oh wow. Anyway, you guys, that's what they said. Treva is the girl that Moktok and Shell Kell allegedly supposed to be having a beef about. Treva said it wasn't all about that. He's an old head. She said they got it in, got it down. You know, he probably was doing some things for her, but it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? But both of them did. You know, she did smash with old head, and she smashed with Shell Kell. Now, you know, the funny thing about the whole situation is neither one of these boys got a job or a window or a pot to throw it out of. So, okay. She doing what she do. Anyway, you guys, you know, let's see what's going on in the chat. I'm finna get off of here. Phyllis saying the Sanja, that has been my go-to for over a week. Sleeping a lot, just asking God for relief for all. And you know what, Miss Phyllis, the funny thing about it, one of my other girlfriends, she got a headache too. Me and her, we usually chit chat and talk, you know, 3, 4, 5 times throughout the day. And I called her and I said, hey, what you doing? She said, laying down. I said, I'm laying down too, girl. This headache will not go away. And we don't know what it is. But yeah. But you know, since my headache done went away, I'm not feeling so anxious now. But my blood pressure is high. My doctor said I'm not only suggesting you, I can't make you do anything, but I need you to go to the hospital immediately, like right now. And I was like, no, I can't go. First of all, you know, I gotta think about, you know, make sure Pooh Bear gets home, and then you know, things of that nature. But you know, I don't want to go to the hospital and sit up there for 6, 7, 8 hours. I just don't want to do that. That's stressful. Now, if I go to immediate care, I can get in and get out, but that was my second option. So she said, if you're not going to go, and I told her, I said, I don't have the insurance like that, and I'm going to pay out of pocket, because I've been keeping my money, because I told Papa, I said, you know, let's keep our money, and we just pay out of pocket anytime we need to do what we need to do. So that's what we're going to do. Miss Phyllis says, I still don't understand why the judge is giving Love too much leeway. You know what? I don't know why Judge. I think the reason why Judge, Miss Page, Judge Whitaker is giving her so much leeway is because, just like what the young lady said, Miss Fanny do want to get elected, and you know, they done already ticked off one judge, Judge Glanville, and got him reaccused, got him off the case. And you know, but anyway, you guys, I wish I can explain it to you like the guy explained it, but the way he explained it is, let me just give you a little short clip. He said they got 191 charge. Okay? That was to get the indictment. They're going to give that to the jurors. The judge done already said they're going to give it all. She said, is your blood pressure still high? Please, SP, go somewhere. I am somewhere. I'm at home. I'm pretty sure it is, but I took 2 ibuprofens, and they're very strong. And I'll take it, but my headache went away. I did drink a little vinegar already, but she told me to drink plenty of water. And yeah, I did drink. I just took a cap full of vinegar. Probably not enough vinegar. Um, but I'm gonna take it. I think it has went down a little bit. I'm taking my blood pressure right now. It went down just a little bit. Just a little bit. But it's still very high. You guys understand what I'm saying? It's very, very high. And I don't have any well, hold on. I think I see a medication right here. Hold on. And I think this is a pain I think this is a it might be old, but I think this is Astrovastin, 20 milligrams. Let me see. What is it for? That's for cholesterol. So maybe I need to take that, and it might lower it a little bit. I don't, I might take that. I'm gonna take that, you guys. That's for my cholesterol. Okay. That'll help it go down. That's an old pill too, cause let me see if it's still. Oh, it expires in 2027. That's cool. That's good. That's good. This is why I tell you guys all the time. I keep my medication, even if I don't take it all or whatever. I keep it because you never know when you may need it, whether it's expired or what. You never know when you run out of something. You like, well, dang. You know. She said 2 tablespoons of vinegar, ma'am. Girl, 2 tablespoons. Ooh-wee. Anyway, I took a little bit of vinegar earlier, but, I'm going to have to take some more. But I'm going to do it, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to really try to make it until Monday. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. And I am going to take everybody's advice. That's why I love to come on here, because you guys will always inspire me to go get that vinegar, drink some more water. I took me a cholesterol pill. And the funny thing about it, I just don't like taking pills. I just don't. I just don't. But if I had me some blood pressure pills, I would take them, but I don't even have. I don't know. I'm going to look around to see if I have one. But I'm going to get off of here, you guys. And I will see you guys Monday. Well, I'm going to have a doctor's appointment at 11:15. I'm going to have to take Pooh Bear to school. Once I take him to school, that's why I'm telling you guys. I don't want to have to go to the hospital and then they hospitalize me because, my grandbaby. But I need to be here for my grandbaby too. So if I do get headaches like I was getting, I will go. So don't worry. All right, because last night I should have actually went yesterday. That's when it was like, whoa, this is crazy. Today is not as bad. It just keeps coming and going, keep coming and going. And I thought it was just probably like, because Papa had the COVID, and I probably had caught the COVID too. And, you know, they make you work when you got COVID. So, that's that. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. She said, it's wonderful being in a family. Yes, it is. I love our family. I really do. I love it. I love it. I love every one of you guys. Y'all may think I be lying about that, but you know, you can have 50 million friends, but if you only got one or two people in your corner, in your circle, you ain't got a lot of people you have to deal with. They gonna tell you the truth. They gonna tell you to get up, go get you some vinegar. They gonna tell you if you don't want to hear it, go on to the hospital, girl. We want to see you around here, you know. So it's all good. But anyway, you guys, I will see you guys Monday, and I will go to the doctor. Or if that pain comes back in my head and it gets up high, I'll be at the emergency center. But I think that I think we gonna be able to wait it out until Monday. But I wasn't gonna go to the doctor at all. I was trying to wait it out until October. I was like, all right, you guys, be good. Oh, I was gonna tell y'all about Tyre Nichols. It wasn't a lot. They just did the opening real quick, and this is just really quick. Give me 1 minute. They just did the opening statements, and it was just crazy how they said that. But it's a good thing, because they said that the police officers did what they did when somebody run. It's called the law. It's some kind of 10 law or something. They were trained. If somebody run, or this is the punishment that they get. They get extra hits and they get extra kicks and stuff. And I was like, shut the front door. How they gonna win a case saying that's how they was trained? So I guess what these police officers are saying, we did what we was trained to do. They're not saying that they didn't kick him and hit him, but if anybody ran from the police, they got a word. I can't. Oh, hold on. I kept it for just you guys. I put it on my thing. Hold on. Okay. Federal prosecutors began their case against 3 former Memphis police officers with an explosive accusation, while defense lawyers said that the officers had acted in line with their training. Federal prosecutors on Wednesday opening their case against the 3 former police officers involved in the fatal beating last year of Tyre Nichols, a 29-year-old FedEx worker, accused them of having doled out the blows to punish him for leaving a traffic stop. It was the run tax. That's what it was called. It's called the run tax, said Elizabeth Rogers, an assistant U.S. attorney, using what she said was internal Memphis police slang for the punishment delivered to anyone who fled, extra punches or kicks that would never be reported. Did you guys hear me? It's called the run tax. This is what the U.S. attorney said. It's a slang. They would get the punishment of the run tax, extra punches or kicks that would never be reported. And they were trained. That won't get reported. You guys. Oh my goodness. I wanted you guys to know. So the U.S. attorney, the lawyers of the 3 former officers, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith, instead framed the fatal encounter as the unintended consequences of a chaotic stretch for a group of officers tasked with police high crime areas of the city. They said that the officers had responded in line with their training to someone who did not answer to their commands and ran away. I wanted you guys to know, they're not saying they didn't do it. They're saying they were trained to give them this kind of treatment. It's called the run tax. And if somebody run, they're going to tax that ass. And they're going to get extra hits, extra punches, and it will never be reported. And they were trained that way. I told y'all this when it started. I said the head knows what the tail is doing. And in this situation, them boys were trained this way. They were trained. Now, how can you think that you're wrong if that's what you were trained? If you was trained to drink out a carton of milk, if you was brought up in a household and your mother said, go in there and get you a sip of that milk, and you go in there and you don't, and she said, oh, don't go get a glass, just drink from the carton. And that's what you do. Every time you come in, she said, go get you some milk. You go in the kitchen and you drink from the carton. You go in the kitchen every time you grow up drinking from the carton. And then you get married. And you come home and your wife come home and she was like, maybe you need to go get you some milk. You go in the kitchen and you pull up the carton of milk and you drink. And she's like, hey, what you doing? You don't drink from the carton. And he's like, what you talking about? This is how I was raised. This is how I was trained. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why these boys, the three, is saying, yeah, we did it, but wasn't nothing wrong with it because that's what they taught us. You need to go after who taught us this. They told us to do the run tax. If anybody ran from police, to kick them more, punch them more, and we don't have to report it. You guys, this is crazy. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys because I told you, without forgetting about it, you guys, I'm finna get off here. Be good, be great, be nice to everybody. Peace.